Christmas may be a time for giving and a time for peace, but it's also a time when stark contrasts can come sharply into focus. Tonight, the Pope celebrated Mass at the Vatican. 10,000 people packed St. Peter's Basilica to hear his message of harmony. Celebration and serenity there, but in the cradle of Christianity, this is an alarming time. This scene from the West Bank has become disturbingly common in the Middle East. Recent violent attacks, including many stabbings, have led to more than 140 deaths. Bloodshed that's ending the lives of Israelis and Palestinians and making pilgrims think twice before visiting. But some are still going and hoping for the best. Middle East correspondent Derek Stoffel has more from Bethlehem.
Christmas cheer rings through the little town of Bethlehem, where Christians believe Jesus was born. Most in the crowd in Manger Square are Arab Christians from the region, but some came from afar, like the Quinn family from Wisconsin.
To be here in Christmas is really special.
Why?
Because we're Christians, and this is where it all started.
The crowds here are certainly smaller than what we've seen in previous years, fewer foreigners and religious pilgrims, and that's because of the security situation in the region. There's been a wave of violence here, Palestinians attacking Israelis in the worst outbreak of hostilities since the Second Palestinian Uprising, or Intifada, ended a decade ago. More than 20 Israelis have been killed in the last 100 days. Over 100 Palestinians have died, killed by Israeli security forces or civilians, most for carrying out or suspected of involvement in those attacks. With fewer tourists, local businesses are hurting, including this souvenir shop that's been here for 90 years.
The worst Christmas that I ever lived. I'm 30 years old. That's the worst I ever faced.
It's not much better in Jerusalem's Old City, home to some of the most popular tourist sites in the region. But there are some who felt they had to make this pilgrimage to Bethlehem.
I'm so excited. I'm so filled with joy. I can't stop smiling.
Orvalia Colomer came from Toronto. She's attending midnight mass at the Church of the Nativity.
Especially for me this Christmas, I'm definitely praying for peace in the Middle East and that there can be unity among all people all around the world.
That's something heard often here during the long-running Israeli-Palestinian conflict. But with renewed violence, this year the prayers for peace ring out even louder. Derek Stoffel, CBC News, Bethlehem.